विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिरिवोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यः साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ So we were discussing a few sample verses for Nididhyasanam from Vivek Chudamani. And before you go into the detail of the contemplating upon the self, you should do a certain preliminary things, and that is to arrive at that the self is just consciousness. I am consciousness, not I am even a conscious being. So that those preliminary things one should do. Then one can think further. I, the consciousness, is eternal, or it is sada ekarupam, etc., etc. Does not undergo change, whatever. So, or I am ever pure. All these things you will be able to contemplate over. While once you arrive at this basic thing, I am consciousness. That is to be done in every nidhyasana. And that is possible by starting the whole thing as a division between subject and object. Subject-object division. Subject is the one who is a knower. Object is one which is known or which is to be known. Known and knowable object. So this division, we should do initially. We call Atma and Atma Viveka. And in that, everything other than me, the knower, everything is an object of knowledge, which is known or knowable. And you can do that, other than yourself means, other than your body, mind, sense complex, which you consider one as oneself, the knower. And other than me means external to me, including this cloth, which is an object of knowledge. So this is not a big issue. Then you come down to this body, mind, sense complex, which you consider as a knower. Then, who am I? We can say like that. I am the knower with this body, mind, sense complex. I am the knower. So inquiry begins here, basically. Vedantic inquiry begins here. Other than before that, there is not inquiry. You are an object of knowledge, I am the knower, is not a big thing, in that you don't require Vedanta as such. So here you require Vedanta. Whether this physical body means, suppose when I say, who am I? So then these questions can be answered by a little bit thinking. I am the son, I am the father, I am a husband, etc., etc. Or I am a human being. So when you give this introduction, definitely one thing is common in all, that I am physical body. Without that, I can't say I am a human being. Without that, I can't say I am a father, mother, friend, foe, or a student, teacher, whatever. So, when I ask you when I ask who am I, or who are you, let us say, who are you? So you said I am this. But these are all relative, you know, I mean, introduction about you. Basically, I am a physical body. And therefore, I am a physical body. In that, well, you don't include even this. This remains on the physical body all the time. But then you don't include this cloth also. You use this for that. What's an object of knowledge? You use this. And for a knower, you use I. So this is a division. I and this. Aham, idam. When you say I am physical body, well then now inquiry begins. Is it true that I am a physical body? Yeah, it is true. Because when physical body sits, I say I sit. When physical body stands, I say I stand. Physical body sleeps, I say I sleep. Therefore, I is equal to physical body. And well, but this is too hasty conclusion. That I, the knower, is physical body. No, that's not correct. Why? Is it not true that the physical body also is an object of knowledge? This is how inquiry begins. This you have to do it every day. Before you go into this verses which we are seeing right now, this inquiry has to be done. And well, yeah, this is, yes, the physical body is an intimate object of knowledge, in fact. When you say I am tall, is it not true that the physical body is tall? When I say I am black, is it not that the physical body is black? And when the physical body is tall, black, etc., or male, etc., how do you know? How do you know the physical body is black? How do you know physical body is male? Oh, I know my physical body. I know. Oh, if you know your physical body, that is not knower. It's an object of knowledge. If you don't know your physical body as an object of knowledge, you cannot say I am tall. The fact that I am tall, you are saying that it is very evident that you know that the physical body is tall. When you say I am tall, you know that the physical body is tall. When you say I am male, well, you know that the physical body is male. So the physical body is a very intimate object of knowledge. When I say the tree is tall, how can I say the tree is tall? Oh, I can see that the tree is tall. So the tree is an object of knowledge, therefore you are able to say the tree is tall. So when you say I am tall, so the physical body is definitely an object of knowledge, like a tall tree. The tall physical body is known to you. Yeah, it's true. Therefore, well, the physical body should I include in the knower or should I include in object of knowledge? No, I can't take it as a knower. I am the knower. Physical body is an object of knowledge. This is inquiry. But then why do I say that when the physical body is tall, I say I am tall. And when the tree is tall, I never say I am tall. Why? Well, this is the ignorance about yourself. Why am I ignorant about myself? There is no reason. But you are born with this ignorance of the knower. You include an object of knowledge in the knower, which you should not do. The knower and known are different things. The fact that there is something becomes an object of knowledge, it is other than you. Otherwise, it cannot become an object of knowledge. So the subject-object, confusion lies here. I, the subject, the knower, is distinct from the physical body, which is known, object of knowledge, etc. And sometimes you use also for the physical body this. Sometimes you say I, sometimes you say this. That itself proves there is a confusion. Like for the pages, all the time I say this page. I never say I, the page. There is no confusion. But for physical body, definitely there is a confusion. Because sometimes I say, well, I am healthy. Sometimes you say, well, this body does not remain in a good health. You say like that, this body. Like that you use this body. So sometimes you say, I am healthy or I am ill, etc. Or sometimes you say, this body is not keeping in good health, etc. And therefore, I and this, both you use the physical for physical body, which itself proves there is a confusion. If I use for this page, sometime I use I and sometime I use this. Well, you say, Swamiji, you are in confusion. You are not the page. This page is okay. But you can't say I am the page. But if I use word I along with the page and sometimes use the word this for the page, you definitely will tell me you are in confusion. And therefore, for physical body, sometimes I use word this, sometimes I use word this, I also. That proves there is a confusion. And the confusion arises from ignorance. And the ignorance pertaining to what? Pertaining to the I, pertaining to the self. How can you say that? Because what is this? You include in I. Therefore, that proves that there is a self-ignorance, I-ignorance. Then go to next step. These are preliminary steps in Nididhyasana, okay? These are preliminary steps. I am not the physical body. Okay, how do you say the physical body is an object of knowledge? Oh, with my senses I can see the body, I can touch the body, I can smell the body, right? I can hear the sound of the body. Therefore, I prove that the physical body is an object of knowledge with my senses. Therefore, I am senses, sense organs. Right? I am sense organ. Well, that's also a hasty conclusion. Yes, this also is a hasty conclusion. What we are doing is, we are removing a stuff from the bucket of I and dropping it into the bucket of this. Well, first the physical body was there in the bucket of I. We have picked it up and put it in this object of knowledge. Now I am senses, you are saying. We have to pick this also from the bucket of I. Are you able to say the condition of your sense organs or not? Yeah, I am able to say. Your conditions of, the condition of your sense organs is told by a doctor or by you? No, first I have to tell, then doctor goes further. Right? The sense organs. My eyes see. Well, or eyes don't see. I see less. I see hazy, whatever. You narrate. If you narrate a condition of your sense organs is an object of knowledge. Otherwise, how will you say that? And therefore, sense organs also Eyes are powerful, this, that, and ears don't hear, or ears hear more than more than what it should hear, whatever. You are able to give a description about, well, your sense organs, and therefore sense organs also is an object of knowledge. As much as the physical body also is an object of knowledge. Then only you can describe. And therefore, I am not the sense organs. So, well, true, I am the mind then. Why? Because this conclusion takes place where? That I am not physical body, I am not sense organs. All conclusion takes place where? All these conclusions take place where? Oh, it is in the mind. Therefore, I am mind. I am mind. Well, it is exactly like you describe your sense organs, you describe your mind. In fact, most of the time you describe your mind much more than what you describe about sense organs. You give a description of your mind. Each and every corner of your mind you can describe. And therefore, well, mind also is an object of knowledge. Even though I say that when the mind is angry, I say I am angry. But it is not true that the angry mind is known to you. It is known to you. An unknown angry mind cannot make you you cannot arrive at this conclusion if the mind is not known to you. I am angry when you say, it is definitely a known angry mind, and because of that only you are able to describe. Unknown angry mind cannot make you conclude that I am angry. Therefore, definitely the mind is known to you. I mean, all conditions, all emotions, etc. So, mind is a hasty conclusion. I am not the mind. So, we are removing a lot of stuff from the bucket of I. Physical body has gone to the bucket of this. Now, senses have gone to the bucket of this, which we have included due to confusion in the knower, the I, the subject. And then, well, then I am intellect, or I am memory, whatever. We can either. I am memory. You are not memory. You are not memory because you invoke your memory. When in incident, you invoke your memory. You recollect. Before memory pops up, you are there. Even if memory is lost, you are there. Well, if I am the memory, if memory is lost, I is lost. If memory comes, I comes. Memory goes, I go. That doesn't happen. Whether you are able to recollect or not, you are there. Even to say the memory is not there. Therefore, you were there before memory arises. You are there even memory is not there, memory subsides, whatever, or it doesn't come. And therefore, you are not memory. Well, then I am intellect. I am knowledge. Because I am saying I am engineer, I am chemist, I am doctor. And therefore, well, I am knowledge or intellect. Well, that is also a hasty conclusion. Because you know what you know. And you also know what you don't know. Therefore, you know that knowledge of chemistry, etc. And no one is born with the chemistry knowledge. Then, if someone is born with the chemistry knowledge, we will say he is chemist by nature. No. You were there before you gathered the knowledge of chemistry, physics, whatever, economics, etc. And you know also how much you know about a subject. And therefore, it's an object of knowledge. So, I am not intellect, I am not the knowledge. Well, then I am ignorance. That's what you said. If I am born with, I should say I am knowledge, but I am born with ignorance, therefore I am ignorance. I am born with ignorance, I remain ignorant throughout the life, and then next life, if you accept, again you say you are born ignorant, therefore I am ignorance. Ignorance just does not live. I and ignorance always go together. If you say like that, well, you know, well, how much you don't know also, right? So at least I am ignorant, that much you know. If I am ignorant, means I don't know anything. But this much you know, that I am ignorant, and therefore you are not ignorance. This much knowledge you have, that I am ignorant. Okay? And therefore, well, that's not correct. And well, ignorance is with respect to certain subject matter, that is that is true. But you know this, that there is ignorance pertaining to this subject matter, and how now you are shading off this ignorance also, that also you know, and therefore basically you are not ignorance. Then who am I? I am not physical body, I am not senses, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am not the memory, I am not the ignorance. Then who am I? I am just a conscious being, right? I am just a conscious being, or a knower. I am just a knower. Physical body, mind, senses, memory, or intellect, ignorance is an object of knowledge. I am just the knower. We have come half the way. Now this knower, now after analysis, this knower is definitely different from the before you inquired into. Earlier when you said, oh Swamiji, you are object of knowledge, I am the knower. You included body, mind, sense, complex, memory, everything in the knower. Now you say, I am knower, and all this, even body, mind, sense, complex, memory, and ignorance and everything is object of knowledge. So like I am the knower of this human body, mind, senses, and everything. Well, the ant is a knower of the ant body, ant mind, ant senses, and ant memory. She also has a memory. Everything. A lion also is a knower of a lion body, etc., etc. We can arrive at this conclusion. So, definitely there is. Now, what is the distinction between one knower and the other knower? The knower of a lion body, lion mind, lion senses, lion memory, and I, also a knower. I is equal to knower, who is a knower of this physical body, mind, senses, human body, mind, senses, memory, etc., ignorance. What's the difference between I, the knower, and the lion, the knower? What's the difference? Suppose if lion is able to say I, suppose, and now I means the knower of its physical body, lion body, and mind, and senses, and everything. What's the difference between that knower and this knower? What's the difference? No difference. The difference exists in object of knowledge. Lion body, human body, different. Lion senses, my senses, human senses, different. Lion memory, my memory, different. Lion mind, my mind, different. Lion knowledge, my knowledge, different. Lion ignorance, my ignorance, difference. But the knower, lion body knower and human body knower, I, the knower, what is the difference? No difference. So there is no variety in the knowers. There is manyness in knower. That much we can say. Swamiji, I also knower, he also knower, she also knower, that also knower. Lion also knower, ant also knower. I is equal to knower, but knowers are many. May not be a variety in one knower and the other knower. There is no difference. That's correct, but then there is manyness. Well, that manyness also resolves now. Next step of inquiry. The very knower word is made up of that suffix in the verb know. Er is suffix which is added in the verb to know. For what? For making an agent of knowing. Knower means what? An agent of knowing. Right? Of course, for one who cooks, agent of cooking, we never say cooker. That also we say, but we generally use a word for the one who cooks. So, goer, one who goes. Knower, one who knows, agent. One who knows what? When there is an object, you gain a status of knower. If you say knower means an agent of knowing, means there should be an object of knowledge. If object of knowledge is there, well, I gain a status of an agent of knowing. But if suppose an object is not there, suppose an object of knowledge is not there, means the object is not there. Well, I don't know, no more remain an agent of knowing. When object is there, I am knower. If object is not there, I am still a knower. Of what? There is no object. So I, the subject, the knower, is with respect to the object of knowing. Suppose, but if no object is there, then who am I? Who am I? Somebody I also is not there. There is no I. If object of knowledge is not there, I also won't be there. I will be there. Knowerhood will not be there. Okay? Huh? I will be there. Knowerhood will not be there. So I, the knower, gets dropped when no object is there. No object. Then knower resolves into what then? If object is not there, the subject, the knower, the I, resolves into what? Because if suppose somebody, if no object of knowledge is not there, knower also is not there. I would like to understand this statement. Knower is not there means knower is destroyed. If knower is destroyed, and suppose an object of knowledge comes, from where knower can come? Because knower is already destroyed, gone. But as the object appears, again knower arises. Knower is not destroyed, knower is resolved. Resolved into what? Resolved into what? That is the essence. Oh, knower resolves into its essence. Knower resolves into what? The knowledge. I, the knowledge. And from there only it arises as a knower. From knowledge only the consciousness arises, the conscious being, the knower. If object is there, this knower arises from the knowledge, consciousness. Object is not there, knower resolves into consciousness, knowledge. That's a real I. I, the knower, is my status when object is there. If object of knowledge is not there, time, space, and all this world is not there, the very I, the knower, resolves into the knowledge, the consciousness. That is the real I. The knower I is not real I, it is just a status. And it is changing all the time. As the object of knowledge changes, the knower changes. That's how it is. Object of knowledge is the waking world. Well, I, the knower, is waker. If object is of a different class, dream class, dream time, dream space, dream objects, I am a knower still, but a different type of a knower. That's a dream knower, we call. Dreamer. Like that. So definitely, basically a dream knower resolves into the knowledge, which is right there in that dream state. The waker, resolves into this knowledge, consciousness, which is right there. If waking world is not there, object of knowledge is not there. Well, and if all these things have gone, well, I still in a deep sleep state, I, the consciousness, continue. Therefore, consciousness or the knowledge is the substratum or is basically the witness, let us say, of all the three states. From there only the waker and the waking world arises. From there only the dreamer and the dream world arises, etc. That Swamiji, we will not accept. You said waker, dreamer, etc. Well, they arise from the knowledge, etc. That we accept. How can you say waking world also arises and dream world also arises? How can you say that? Well, so go one step further. Now, I, the consciousness, is limitless. That's a criteria. I, the am consciousness, this I have understood. That in true sense, I am consciousness. I am knower is not a true nature of myself. It is just a status with respect to object of knowledge. And well, I, the consciousness, is limitless. Brahman is one more step. Well, what is the step? Just see here. Physical body is there. Consciousness is there. Physical body is not there. In your awareness, there is no physical body. Yet you are the awarer, the consciousness is still there. Awareness, not awarer, the consciousness is still there. Eyes, now come to the senses. Eyes see, consciousness is. Eyes don't see, consciousness is. Ears hear, consciousness is. Ears don't hear, consciousness is. In fact, ears don't hear, you are able to say because you are consciousness. Therefore, well, I see, ears hear, or they don't see, don't hear, etc. Still consciousness is. Time is, consciousness is. Time is not, consciousness is. To say time is not, to say absence of time. Space is, consciousness is. Space is not, consciousness is. What are you saying? What are you saying? No, I'm in senses, so don't worry. Space is not, consciousness is. Where is space in deep sleep state? And so you are able to say there is no space in consciousness. No, I am aware of the space even in the deep sleep state. Then you are not in the deep sleep state, okay? This is the point you should ponder more. Space is, consciousness is. Space is not. Consciousness is. Means I exist in absence of a space. Not I exist in space. If the consciousness exists in space, if space is not, then the consciousness is also not. Because I exist within space. Then if space is absent, how can I be there? But I exist in absence of a space. Means what? What's your dimension? Anything has a dimension which exists in space. Even you don't take into account the existence of a space, but when you measure anything, it's already within space. You measure a length of a given object within space. You measure a width or a height of a given thing. Any dimension, whether you can measure or you are not able to measure. A given object has a dimension, big, small, whatever, within space. If I exist in absence of a space, what's my dimension? Right? I exist in absence of a space. What's my dimension? There is no width, no breadth, no height of I, the consciousness. Spatially limitless. Time is, consciousness is. If consciousness is not there, you cannot say time is. Unless you are conscious of a time, you can't say time is. Time is not, consciousness is. So I am limitless. I don't exist in limits of time, because time is not there to limit me. Therefore, I am limitless with respect to time. Temporal limitless, whatever. Some words I just use, maybe wrong, maybe right, I don't know. Temporal. Special limitlessness. I, the consciousness, is specially, S-P-A-T-I-A-L-L-Y. Specially limitless. Because space is not there to limit me. Because I exist in absence of space. Means space is not there to limit me. Therefore, there is no dimension. Specially limitless. Time-wise limitless. That is what we call immortal. Time is not there to limit. If time limits a given thing, it has a birth and death. Anything which has a birth and death definitely is limited in time. Therefore, now, third, space-wise limitless, I the consciousness. Time-wise limitless, I the consciousness. Now, object-wise. Before you do that, now once you know that space is, consciousness is, try to see a little more in this. Moon is, consciousness is. What is the distance between you, the consciousness, and the moon? We are trying to clarify further this special limitlessness. Moon is, consciousness is. What's the distance between you or I, the consciousness, and the moon? Oh, it is in space. I, the consciousness, is here. See this. See this, a big mistake. Whole analysis has gone now. Whole analysis has gone into drain. I, the consciousness, is here. And moon is there. Means, आ गया फिर से, I am physical body. I am physical body. But let's say that I, the consciousness, and this moon, what's the distance? The distance in terms of space. But the whole space exists in consciousness. Space is consciousness is, space is not consciousness is. Means space cannot limit me. Therefore, I am the one which is limitless space-wise. Therefore, even the space exists in consciousness. There is no space if consciousness is not there. Where is space if I, the consciousness, is not there? Definitely, I reveal the space. I live in the space, space exists in me. Therefore, when you say I, the consciousness, and the moon, what is the distance? Ask yourself. This is a nididhyasana, okay? So you have to ask yourself. Swami M will not be there in your nididhyasana. Maybe Swami M may come. Oh, he was saying like this, like that, you may say. So the distance between moon and the consciousness I is in terms of space, suppose. But very space is in consciousness. Therefore the moon along with the space is in consciousness. I. These are the sentences you have to use. Moon along with the space exists in consciousness. That's not nididhyasana. Moon exists along with the space, exists in the consciousness I. But I am consciousness? No. What we did, you know, I am consciousness. Then go back again. Subject-object division. Start again. Subject-object division. Start. I, the knower. Start. Keep two buckets. Okay? One is a bucket of I, other is a bucket of this. I am telling you very seriously. Because, Swamiji, we will be clear. I wish that. I wish that. And I really pray that this will be like that. But it may happen. Now, it may happen again that your mind will question. How can I am consciousness? Then stop there. Go back. Subject, object division. I am knower. This is object of knowledge. I am knower. This is object of knowledge. Then who am I? And then the physical body, and then mind. Again come back. This is the way you have to do. Then you will find after some days that you are able to appreciate. I am consciousness. You may not require all the steps which we did today. I am consciousness. But I am limitless consciousness. That takes time. Limitless consciousness. Brahman. Special limitlessness. Time-wise limitlessness. Object-wise limitlessness. It takes time. So the moon is in consciousness. Moon along with the space is in consciousness. Therefore there is no distance between consciousness and the moon. There is no distance between I, the consciousness, and moon. There is no distance between I, the consciousness, and space. Why you are saying? Because if there is no distance between moon and the I consciousness, moon is non-separate from the consciousness I. Space is non-separate from the consciousness I. But suddenly my mind goes and tries to objectify the consciousness, bring it back. I, I is the one which is never available for objectification. Tell your mind, I is never available for objectification. Everything is available for objectification to the I. I is not available for objectification. To objectify the I, you require another I. Tell your mind, please, because you will try to see consciousness in your mind. Swamiji was telling consciousness pervades moon and then space, and then therefore I am the one who is conscious of the consciousness, trying to objectify it. ये क्या बात है? But why my mind does like this? Because mind can only know by objectifying. That's what the problem is. Anything you can know only by objectification. It should be an object of your thought. Otherwise, how will you know? But that is with respect to the Paravidya, right? Not with respect to the Atma. With respect to Anatma, that is okay. It should be like that. And it will be like that. That's the Ishvara's niyati. But I am talking about the I, the consciousness. Therefore, appreciate in terms of I. Just understand the dimension of I. That I am like this. Don't try to objectify the consciousness. It's a wrong way of going. I am like this. I am specially limitless. I am time-wise limitless. And now we are seeing object-wise. So, the moon along with the space is in consciousness. Means there is no distance between me, consciousness, and the moon. Me, consciousness, and the space. The very space is non-separate from the I, the consciousness, and therefore the moon which exists in space also is non-separate from the consciousness, or else directly. Moon is in consciousness, but definitely moon is non-separate from the consciousness. You can say that also. Then sun, then other things, ocean, few things. Ocean is within consciousness. I. Time is in consciousness. I. Mountains is in consciousness. I. This physical body, just visualize one physical body. This physical body is within consciousness. I. This physical body is within consciousness. I. All the physical bodies exist within consciousness. I. This is how one has to think, one has to visualize, one has to contemplate upon. So all these physical bodies are non-separate from the I, the consciousness. So where am I located? I am located in physical body, or physical body is in me, the I consciousness. Where is my location? I, the consciousness, is located where? You should ask this question. In order to break the orientation that I exist here inside. All the physical bodies exist in I, the consciousness. They are non-separate from me, the consciousness. And therefore, I am all-pervading consciousness. I pervade this body, that body, I pervade moon, sun, ocean, everything. They are non-separate from me. I am all-pervading consciousness. Not space is all-pervading. If space is all-pervading, space should pervade I, the consciousness. If space pervades I, the consciousness, well, in absence of space, I also cannot remain. but I do exist, and therefore I pervade the space, not the space pervades me. The space, the whole space exists in me, and all the objects which exist in space also exist in me. I pervade everything. I am all pervading consciousness, Brahman. But you are saying object wise limitlessness. Where is object wise limitlessness? If you pervade an object, every object, definitely it shows object wise also you are limitless. You pervade this, you pervade this, you pervade this, you pervade computer, you pervade camera, you pervade ocean, you pervade everything. When I say you are all pervading means all objects, pervading consciousness. Definitely object wise also you are limitless. No object exists without you, non-separate. Where is physical body if I am not conscious of? Where is another physical body if I am not conscious of? All are non-separate from me, like all the waves are non-separate from the water. Water pervades each and every wave. The very existence and illumination of the wave is due to water. Water is object-wise limitless. Means water pervades, object means here wave. Water pervades every type of wave, every wave. Therefore, object-wise also limitless. Because the very existence of the object is due to consciousness. Space is, consciousness is. Time is, consciousness is. Ocean is, consciousness is. Earth is, consciousness is. And therefore, consciousness lends existence to all the objects. They are non-separate from me. They are not besides me. They are not away from me. And therefore, I am object-wise limited. I am not confined to any given object, and I am limited. Since I pervade every object, they exist on account of me. Well, I am object-wise also limitless. I am all-pervading, limitless consciousness. Time-wise limitless, space-wise limitless, object-wise limitless, which is called Brahman. This much is enough. This much is enough. Then start this. I, the consciousness, is Nityaha, Shuddhaha, Buddhaha, Muktaha, etc. etc. This is then becomes very, very simple. It becomes simple. Nitya, eternal. Understood. What understood? We have not understood. Kya baat hai? If you exist in absence of time, you are eternal. Now it is simple. If you sit in a Nididhyasanam and start immediately, I am Nityaha, Atma. I am eternal, I am consciousness. Nothing clicks. Nothing clicks. So do whole thing, I am consciousness. Then start thinking I am limitless consciousness. And limitless consciousness means definitely, well, the time does not limit it. Well, if time does not limit me, I am eternal. I have no birth. Na jayate, mriyate, everything will come now. Na jayate, mriyate va kadachit. I don't die, I am not born. Anything which is birth, tell yourself, anything which is born and which is subject to death is within time. And therefore, well, everything exists in time, but I, the consciousness, is free from the time. Because I exist in absence of time. That, etc. So, Nitya, Shuddha, Asanga, well, unconnected to anything. I am the very substratum of everything. All things which exist in me with the attributes, well, they are all mithya because they are non-separate from me. They exist on account of me because anything is, consciousness is, and therefore consciousness alone lends existence. Like pot is, clay is. You say or you do not say. It goes without saying. But pot is not yet the clay is. That's what we are trying to understand. Time is consciousness is. Time is not consciousness is. And therefore consciousness is the reality. Because not available for negation. Time is available for negation. Space is available for negation. Every object is available for negation. Consciousness is not available. I, the consciousness, is not available for negation. And therefore, definitely I am Satyam. I exist independent of anything. Therefore, I am self-existent. I am self-existent. Self-shining consciousness. Anyway, so this is how we should do. So this is, but Swamiji, this took 1 hour. So we have to, you are saying 15 minutes Nidhyasana, and this 1 hour is just to arrive at that I am limitless consciousness. This is initially. Later it will be quick. I am not this physical body, I am not the memory, I am not this. It takes 2 minutes for you later. Initially this will happen. How can I am not the mind? It doesn't sound good to me. It will sound good to you, okay? After analysis you will feel comfortable. When person starts learning music, Sare Gama, etc. takes hours and days and maybe months also. But later he becomes a musician and he has his own swaras and everything. Initially it takes time because mind has no orientation of this kind of thing. So, well, this is, I thought of including this also along with what we are discussing. So we'll see further tomorrow, later. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.